Hey, welcome to Cow Free Kicks. On this channel I review leather-free sneakers only, and this video is all about the Vivobarefoot Gobi Sneaker Premium canvas. Welcome to the channel. If you've not seen one of my videos before, I always look into 5 different categories when I review a pair of sneakers, and then at the end of the video I will give these Vivobarefoot Gobi Sneaker Premium canvases an overall rating out of 5 stars. As always, if you do like what you see as you're going along and you want to support the video a little bit, please do not forget to click the thumbs up like button below on your device whilst you're down there, and if you've not done so already, please do take time to subscribe to the channel. So let's start this review off as we always do by checking these out on feet. This is the first ever barefoot shoe silhouette that I have reviewed on the channel. Now, if you're not sure what a barefoot shoe is, they're very different to like a standard pair of sneakers, and that's because they're trying to promote foot strength, balance, and returning almost to nature and the way that we were intended to walk on this world. Now, that's because they pretty much have zero midsole. That's the standard really with all barefoot shoes. As much of a grounding as possible from your foot to the earth with very minimal impact in between. Now this one really only has an outsole and an insole, which we'll talk about more later, and also the shape of the shoes are very different to standard sneakers. You can see they've got a very wide foot opening, they're wide all the way through. The main difference again is at the toe box, because the toe box is more shaped to your foot than a traditional shoe. It rolls around from your little toe all the way up to your big toe, providing a much wider and more open space for your feet to spread out. So your toes aren't crunched together in the front of the toe box like you can find with some shoes that are a bit ill-fitting. They spread out more, giving you a better platform for you to walk on. Now, I've never tried a pair because I grew up on Air Maxes and sneakers from the 90s, and I've always been worried about their comfort and their looks, but this is the first ever vegan shoe that Vivobarefoot have released, and I think they actually look really good in hand and on feet. Now, I showed these to my wife, my partner, a couple of my friends, and they absolutely think they're an amazing looking shoe, and they are. I've really been surprised by how good they actually look in hand and on feet. Yes, they have a very low profile, but that's to be expected, and they do have the absence of a midsole. We'll talk more about that in the comfort section. But overall, looks-wise, I think they can be really easily styled with a different variety of looks. For me, I think they work best with like a tapered or quite a narrow fit trouser or cargo or pant. I just think they don't work as well with baggies. But overall, this shoe as well, it's the first ever vegan shoe that Vivobarefoot have ever released. It's vegan certified, and it's also made up from 98% natural material. So almost a 100% natural sneaker, and that's amazing. When you consider the fact that the insole for these is made out of 98% cork, then the upper for this, you've got a 100% natural, it's a MIRUM fabric, which is a leather alternative, and obviously a lot of leather alternatives out there are made out of plastic. This one is not, it's 100% plant-based. You've got a full canvas upper underneath those hits of the MIRUM detailing. Then you've got a 100% plant-based NFW gum outsole. You can see the honeycomb effect that you get with this. It really looks nice. I think they're a very basic but very good looking shoe, and I've been very surprised because I thought I really wasn't going to like these on feet, and to be honest, that's why I've been hesitant to get a pair before. But I think overall everything that this shoe does looks wise is actually working for me. Now I want to move on to their comfort, where I want to put this non-midsole shoe to the test on my back doorstep. This is the most important part of the video for me, and that is because it concerns the comfort that you get from these Vivobarefoot Gobi Premium Canvas shoes. It's a mouthful because I think this was the part I was most hesitant about, and this is the part that has most surprised me from this shoe. Yes, I was actually surprised by how good they look in hand and on feet, but I was most surprised about the comfort that they offer. And that's mainly because every pair of shoes I've ever owned has had a midsole, a foam or an air unit, something that transitions from the insole to the outsole. But in this sneaker here, you have the cork insole, and then you have it's directly pretty much on top of this plant-based gum rubber outsole. So there is really little foam or bounce back or general standard comfort you would expect to find from a pair of sneakers, because this offers something very different. This gets you very grounded. It's almost like an extension of your foot to the ground rather than something that's a separate object, if you see what I mean. It's really something you have to try out for yourself, because I've been pleasantly surprised, and I think a lot of people will be, by how different they feel, but also how much comfort that they offer. Now, fit-wise, these are not a true fit. Now, I'm a perfect length UK size 10 in a pair of Nike shoes. I've gone a full size up and they fit me absolutely perfectly. So do bear that in mind. Check out their sizing online, and do probably go at least half a size or a full size up if you're going to buy these. Another thing about their comfort is the fact that this canvas is nice and soft. It runs throughout the upper of the shoe. You've got some nice additional foam detailing around the entry hole for your ankle and your heel, which feels nice as well. The laces are very soft, the underneath of the tongue's soft, the cork insole feels nice as well. One thing I'll say about putting these on is that when you put them on, they almost feel like they're not there. And it's very refreshing, and it feels very freeing to have these on your feet. It's such an odd feeling, but I really did enjoy it much more than I thought I would. So it's definitely something I think everyone should try out on their feet, just for a different sensation. And I walked around in these for a few hours, and when I took them off, I didn't get that feeling of wearing a pair of shoes. Sometimes toe boxes can be quite tight. This is very wide. I've got slightly wider than average feet, and this fit really nicely. So I just think, yeah, when I took these off, they felt really good, my feet, and you can feel in there that your feet do have the room to spread wide and plant, and it is there to increase foot strength and balance and create ultimately a better core for you when you're walking around. So definitely something you need to try out. Overall, very surprising, and I actually enjoyed the experience. Now I want to move on to their weight, where I want to put them on the scales. So weighing in at under 350 grams, that's a really good weight. I consider any shoe below 350 grams to be lightweight. Anything below 300 grams is a bit freakishly lightweight, and anything above 400 grams, you're starting to talk about a heavyweight pair of shoes. These come in under 350, that's really nice. Most of the weight for these is in this gum rubber outsole. But to be honest, they've made such a flexible shoe. It's just amazing. Like I should really have talked about that more in the comfort section, the flexibility. But when it comes to the weight, the materials used in these, even though you're probably thinking, well, there's not much to them, they should be lighter. What they've created is such a flexible pair of sneakers with what they've added, and I think that's really going to add to their durability, the fact that they can flex that much. So hopefully they'll be long lasting. But with their weight, I don't think they really could have done much more, because canvas is a bit of a heavy fabric, and this MIRUM material that is a leather alternative also is going to be a little bit heavier weight than you probably find with a pair of knits. Now I want to move on to their breathability, where I want to pump this canvas up full of smoke to see how breathable it is. Sadly, this is where the shoes don't do so well, and that's with breathability. Now with the smoke test, normally you'd expect the smoke to come out, at least in some sense, whether it's slow, fast, excessive amounts, small amounts, but with canvas material, and as soon as I saw that these were made from canvas, I knew that they weren't going to be breathable, because it's such a dense fabric and tightly woven that you can see from the smoke test that no smoke escaped from any area of this upper. The only place the smoke escaped from was these gaps in between the laces where it joins up with the tongue of the shoe. So when you've got them on your feet really, and that's pressed quite tight, you're not really going to get much breathability from these. It would have been nice to possibly see some perforated holes in the toe box and possibly the side of the shoe to add breathability. But on the flip side, what you're possibly getting with these is a nice water repellent pair of shoes. If you do want to give them a spray with some kind of water repellent protector. You are going to get some water repellency from them, but they're not going to be fully waterproof because they're not designed to be that. So just be aware of that, that if you are wearing these in humid and hot conditions, you might get slightly hot feet. Now I want to talk more about their price. Now this is where it's getting a bit exciting for me, because Vivobarefoot have actually offered any viewers of this video and my channel a discount for this pair of shoes if they are interested in buying them. So they do retail at £190, but if you use the code COW20, that's COW20 at the checkout on the discount code section, you will get 20% off the full price for these shoes, which in UK terms works out at about £38. So these could transition into a £162 pair of sneakers for you rather than the full cost of £190. So do bear that in mind if you are going to buy them. I'll try and drop a link in the description below that links you directly to the page, and then I'll put more information about the discount and what it offers you. I do think that price is quite fair, especially with the discount, because what they've done here is created a shoe that's made from 98% natural materials. I don't know of any other shoe companies, major brands, that are really doing that at the moment. So it is going to come at cost. So I can't really say that the cost is unfair because of what they're trying to create. And obviously it's fully vegan certified as well. Again, which is a leap that a lot of other shoe brands aren't taking. And it's really nice to see Vivobarefoot moving in that direction. So overall, I'm going to give these shoes 4 stars, and really the only thing I think they fall down on is their breathability. The other areas of the shoe I think have been very surprising, and I don't know if that means I've marked them a bit higher than maybe I would have, but I think they're a shoe that you really have to try it for yourself to see if they work for you or not, because I don't think you can get that impression from just looking at them. And don't worry, I was a skeptic before I tried these on and before I wore them around, as well as many people out there might be, just looking at these thinking, no, they've got no foam midsole, they're not going to offer me the same comfort, I'm not sure how I'll style them. But honestly, get a pair, try them on and see for yourself. They do have a 100-day returns guarantee as well, that if you're not happy within 100 days of purchasing them, you can send them back and get a full refund. So do look at that. There's more terms and conditions for that on their website. If you agree or disagree, please do not forget to leave any comments. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up before you leave if you like it, and you can also follow me on Instagram. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.